and now no one is safe.
Rings is directed by F. Javier Gutierrez and stars Alex Rowe and Johnny Galecki. It is a bit of a spin-off to the 2001 film The Ring, which was a remake of, I'm not sure when it came out, but a remake of some Japanese movie. And Rings was the post-January horror film that everyone knows will still count as a January horror film. Rings' first act was absolutely dreadful. It starts off with all of these cool things, like when you watch the video, rain like randomly goes up and then it projects things on your windows. Like, it was a very strange scene, and the entire first act seemed so just point to point. And it gets started very quickly. Within the first 15 minutes, someone has already died from Samara's hands. And from then on, it really is just a fun time. You can't walk into this movie expecting a don't breathe, like, completely tension-filled thriller that you're gonna walk out of shaking and completely dumbfounded. You're not gonna get that, so don't expect that. What it is it's a fun popcorn thriller that you can watch with some friends in a packed movie theater of screaming kids. And if you're a fan of the original movies, you will love this movie. I am a huge fan of The Ring and all of the original films and even the sequel. I mean, I am a diehard Ring fan, and for me, this was a totally satisfying follow-up. The Ring was very, very disliked by some audiences because it really just has the ending where Samara comes out of the TV. While this movie, she comes out of phones, she comes out of everything. And there are some really, really fun scenes in this movie, even though one of the scenes is literally Don't Breathe. If you have seen it, you will know the scene I'm talking about of a blind man searching for a woman in his house. It is a total ripoff of Don't Breathe, and you can tell that they were really, really wanting to make a movie like Don't Breathe. It just didn't work out. And the performances aren't all that bad. They aren't, you know, great performances. They're like B-movie performances. And overall, the plot for Rings is very intricate and very interesting, sort of like timing it and sort of making it like an It Follows, like STD. You pass it on and you're good. And other than that, it's a pretty simple plot. Even though it does what a lot of horror movies do nowadays. Like The Bye Bye Man did it so much, where it brings in all of these different things, and they're interesting, and you're waiting to kind of understand why it's in the movie, and then they just sort of leave it there. Rings does that with the whole rain thing. When he watches it, he looks outside and all the rain's going up, and it's just totally random, but whatever. And they go very well into the backstory of Samara, and has a few damn good plot twists. I get it. Rings is not a good movie. It is not. But it is a guilty pleasure for those who are fans of this entire series. It's cheesy. Some of the special effects aren't that great. But Rings is overall a fun movie. It's well written in the plot sense, not the script tense. But the direction is sleek, even though the first act is completely atrocious. You just have to ignore that. Rings is an overall fun movie.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you!